Hey everyone, this is London Bridge Bricks. In my third in the series of popping poly bags, I'll be taking a look at set number 30422, Ninjago's Kai Mini Dragon. Now this set came out in 2016, comes with one minifigure, 39 pieces, and came as a free gift with purchase. So that's the brief, let's go take a closer look. So here we have it then, my first Ninjago poly bag. And that's not only my first as well, I've never actually built a dragon out of Lego. I've built a dragon boat, but I've never actually built a dragon. Does that count? I don't know, let me know in the comments below. So anyway, so this is the Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu. And here we have Jay up here in the graphics there with all that crackling lighting going on. I like that, I love him anyway because he's my favorite Ninjago character. The poly bag's aimed at ages 6 to 12 and it's set, like I said, 30422. And we've got this depiction here of Kai flying his mini dragon over what looks like the sea there, and he's chucking his shurikens at either something or someone. What else we've got going on here? We've got this kind of, I like the way they've made it look like a scroll in the artwork, and this deep dark red as well. I think that looks good. We've got this kind of skull and crossbones flag going on there. Maybe that was something to do with this season back in 2016. I don't know, but let me know in the comments below. Around the back, as always, not too much going on here. It's mostly barcode and the odd clear piece as well. And then we've got this here. Well, actually, that's quite cool. I'm liking this. Look at that. Join the Woo crew. That's quite cool, actually. I like that. Again, I know nothing about that, but let me know if you know something about that. So anyway, that's the outside. Let's see what bits we've got on the inside. So let's look at the instruction manual first, shall we? As always, it kind of always looks tiny, doesn't it? I think last week I said it looks like it came out of a Christmas cracker, but I think this one looks like it was shrunken down by Pym's particles. But anyway, it's quite cool. The artwork is obviously exactly the same as what was on the front of the poly bag. Let's open it up and see what we got. You never know, we might see some sets that were out in 2016. Oh yeah, we do actually. Look at this. Let me know out there if anyone out there has got any of this. God, that looks like an interesting set. Oh yeah, now this is a good set, 70603. Now my good friend, who's an absolute connoisseur of all things Ninjago, Titanium J52, I know he's got that set. He built that once on one of my live streams. But yeah, so we've got some cracking sets from way back there. And also as well, we get the instructions of Kai, and of course building the dragon itself out of those kind of, I don't know, 30 plus pieces. So yeah, that's looking quite cool. Join that. And then we've got some pieces going on here as well, which is kind of cool. Let's have a look at these. We've got these shurikens there, these shuriken pieces. That's on their sprue, so you've got to kind of pull them away from the sprue there. We've got two sets of those as well, which is kind of cool to get with it. You know, they certainly haven't scrimped on this. We've got ourselves some decent parts. But one of the elements that I'm really excited about with having this set is these. Look, these two parts here. Look at those flames there. They look good, don't they? Brilliant. So anyway, so they're the parts. Let's briefly assemble it and come back and finish off the review in just a moment. You know, the more I do these poly bags, the more I'm actually impressed with what you can do with so few parts. But anyway, we'll look at the dragon in just a tick. Let's go and take a look at Kai first of all, shall we? So what a nice surprise, hey? We're getting Kai, and a really nice version of Kai, but for once, he's not in predominantly red. He's got absolute oodles of black in his outfit as well. And this is actually from a set from 2016. And this is him in his skybound robes, and he's from set 70600, the Ninja Bike Chase. So let me know in the comments below if you actually even bought that set way back in 2016. I'd be really interested to know, is it any good? Was it a good set? Did you enjoy the build? And did you like this particular version of Kai from that set as well? So his weapons of choice for this particular poly bag anyway are these shurikens, which is why I've kind of posed him like that. They're pretty good, aren't they? They're good, quite handy when you're kind of riding the dragon and you're sort of slinging them at someone or something. Anyway, let's pull them off there. They're kind of made of like a sort of rubbery plastic, and they kind of just slot just gently into his grasp. But yeah, start off, let's take the mask off. Now the mask isn't anything too much to write home about. It hasn't even got an emblem on it actually. Maybe they didn't have them back then. But it's well made though. It's dual molded. You can see there where the black meets the red. Now I don't know if it was anything to do with this particular season of Ninjago, but this Kai, he's not a happy bunny at all, is he? Let's face it, he's got this kind of scar or this bad cut going across his left eye, and he's looking a bit grim, if you ask me. Doesn't come with any other face on there as well, so it's just him looking a bit grumpy. So anyway, let's do away with that and put his mask back on again. Maybe that'll cheer him up. His arms though, I'm liking this. His arms actually come in red, which I think is nice, especially the fact that he's got a predominantly black body as well. Now, talking of the torso, how good does that print look on there? Now, the fact that they've actually printed yellow onto black, I think it actually comes through quite well. I mean, if you look at his face, you can see that is obviously, that's very, very yellow. That's very bright yellow. And the yellow being used across his torso for the Spinjitzu, the flaming Spinjitzu emblem, I think actually just about works on that, especially with the buttons as well. The buttons going across for his jacket robes, I think they look really good as well. And it just nicely kind of chops it up just a little bit. Anyway, talking of his robes, there, I'm liking all the red lines going on there as well. I think that looks really good. I think that stands out really well with the black. I mean, that's quite hard to achieve, that is, because it's not exactly a bright red, is it? It's not burgundy, but it's not bright either. So I think they've done a really nice job there. And also on the back of the torso, you've got this surprise as well. And maybe this is something to do with that particular season, with the skybound robes and everything like that. You've got this kind of Chinese Ninjago emblem with wings on them. Doesn't that look good, eh? We've got no prints on the back of the legs, but of course that's all quite a different story altogether on the front there. We've got this really nice looking kind of bows going across his knee, and then just above his right knee, you've got these tips there. See that? Tips there of his belt that's kind of hanging down his right leg. That's actually gold. I think it looks fantastic. There's even got a couple of little buttons in it as well, so it's got really good detail on there for a figure that comes, with a poly bag. I mean, I think Lego have actually knocked it out of the park with this figure. So let's take a closer look at the dragon, shall we? Now, I've got to say, I really like him. I think for something that's just, like I said, 30 plus parts, you know what? It really does look like a dragon, albeit it's a bit of a mini dragon, and that's probably why it's called the mini dragon. But anyway, I think it's quite smart. It's got some nice pieces on it. I mean, the elements really are what make this. I love these fire elements here. I think they're really nice. And to get actually two different ones, well, I think that's just a bit of a bonus, if I'm honest. I think they look great, don't they? Look at the marbling effect there, the red with the trans yellow. I think that looks good. And I love my trans colours as well. I love this trans orange cheese slope that we've got going up the neck there. I think that looks particularly great. And of course, got this trans pink stud in there as well to kind of, his inflamed mouth, all that kind of stuff. I think it looks really good. It's just tiny little bits of detail that you've got that makes up this dragon. I think he's pretty cool. And also as well, you've got quite a lot of dexterity as well. Again, you've got these, I don't know what you'd call that really, this particular part. It's like a modified 1x2 with these shafts at either end of it. And I think that's cool. You get the nodding, you kind of got the shoulder, the neck, and of course the head moves as well. It's a significant dragon, I think, albeit a tiny one. My only real negative with this, if I'm honest as well, is just the feet. The feet look absolutely fine. You've got these slope pieces here, these slope bricks, and they fit into these ball joints here, which again, a good couple of elements. You've got the socket and you've got the ball joint there. But the only problem is the feet don't kind of go forward or back or anything like that. All they do is splay. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's just not a cool pose, is it? Yeah, flying like that, yeah, maybe that's okay. But when you're landing and you kind of want to sort of simulate it walking, you can't really, other than it kind of ends up walking like Charlie Chaplin, which, I don't know, that's not really the dragon look, is it? People won't be running away from it, they'll be laughing at him. But anyway, the overall though, I think it's a really nice build. I really enjoyed building it. It was easy, it was fun, and you know what? I'm finding those are my favourite poly bags to build, the easy, the fun ones, and you get the surprising good elements with them as well. Now mix that with Kai and we're on to a winner. But another good thing about this, okay, so he's a tiny mini dragon, but you can still fit Kai on it. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty decent, isn't it? Not only is it highly playable, and he can use his fire wings there, which I think look quite good. It almost reminds me of the Phoenix, but also as well, Kai there, he can fly it, he can pilot the dragon, ride the dragon. It's fantastic. I think it's quite cool, and it's a nice little display piece to have on your desk or something like that, and it doesn't take up too much room. So finally then, what did I think of my first ever Ninjago poly bag? Well, if you like Ninjago, and I definitely do, then I'd say get it. You got yourself a build that's not only simplistic with lots of playability, but you get this very dexterous dragon. And of course, you get this very cool, dark looking Kai as well. And with that in mind, I would definitely recommend that you pick this up from either Britlink or eBay. But let me know in the comments below what you thought about this poly bag. Did you enjoy it? Have you got it? And what do you think of it? Thank you as always for tuning in. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see me pop open a particular poly bag in this series. And don't forget, you can follow the channel on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're new around here, why not hop on and become a big part of the LBB family? I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like.